Have you ever started building a project schedule and you wished that you had the opportunity to anchor one of those tasks within the schedule so that your project management solution could tell you what all of the other task dates would need to end up being around that one anchor date because it's immovable, whether it's a client or a conference you're getting ready to go to, or an on-site client event, or an open enrollment date, that it has to happen on that one specific date. But you need the system to help you automate the date calculations of all of those other surrounding tasks. Well, Movable can do that with our anchor date functionality. And I want to show you a quick example for how that works. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is really a simple project with 6 different tasks. And right now, the project I have configured to start on September 1st. So with those date suggestions you're seeing right now, it's really looking at, well, when do you want to start this project? And then it's going to say, okay, well, for task 1, if it's just going to have a 1-day duration, if you started on the 1st of September, you can finish it on the 1st of September. And then it's going to look at those dependency relationships and even take into account weekends and holidays that you can configure down to each project, or configure that at an enterprise level as well. But we're very robust when we think about all of those task dates that need to be assigned throughout the entire schedule. So just a quick example, what if I have task 4 and I want that to be my anchor date? So I'm going to flip over to our Power Grid view just to show a different way to do this, where we've got our anchor date column now brought in here. Don't have any starter due dates that I've actually accepted. I did not accept the suggested dates that Movable had in each of those task boxes just yet, because I want to anchor my date first. But I have all my predecessors and successors dependency relationships set up. I know all of my durations. So I'm going to come in here and just pretend that task 4 is my task that I want to anchor. So I'm going to choose my due date for this one first, and we're just going to pretend that I need to get done with this task 4 on the 16th. And if it is a 4-day duration, it will automatically calculate for you when you would have to start that specific task. But I'm going to anchor it, and all I have to do is just click on the anchor, save it. And if I flip back over to that critical path view, you'll notice that that date or that task is now my anchor task. Where I've got my dates in here. And then notice once I'm done with this one on the 16th, this one can actually get started on the 18th. So there's a weekend in between here, and then so on and so forth. And then I have to get done by the 12th with task 3 if I anticipate starting on the 13th. So it's going to make those suggestions for you around that anchor date that I've just selected. Now, if you want to add in additional lag or lead, you have the opportunity to do that as well. So I can just come in here and go, let's add 5 days of lag here. And when I add that in, you'll notice, well, I'm not going to get started I can't just now end this on the 12th of September. I've just added some lag in there, so I have to get done with this on September 6th. So now I know when I actually need to start this project. So I need to really get started on the 1st of September if I anticipate getting done and having the opportunity to get started with task 4 on the 13th and completing it on the 16th. So I'm going to go ahead and save those dates that Movable is suggesting all around that anchor. And just want to show you real quick, I do have the opportunity to come into this configure section. And this is where I can go, maybe our resources actually aren't working on a Sunday. Where right now, Movable is going, okay, if your resources work on a Sunday, let's take that into the calculation. So I'm going to take Sunday out of there. And you also have the opportunity to select which holidays you all recognize as a company. So if I take, Labor Day out of here, for example, and I say, well, we actually don't recognize Labor Day, our resources are working on Labor Day, then you can save that for this specific project. Or again, you can configure that at an enterprise level. But because I just made those changes, now Movable is going, okay, well, the dates that you had selected there are now inaccurate. Here's what the new suggested dates would be. So I'd actually need to get started on August 30th today, today is August 30th when we're recording this video. But it's taking all of that into consideration. So you never have to manually think about what your dates need to be within each of these tasks. But you have that option to just let the system base it off of the start of the project, or anchor one of those tasks. And the anchor could be the last task within that project schedule as well. Just wanted to give you a quick glimpse into how that's done. I know there's so many different types of projects that would really need this type of functionality where they can anchor that date and allow a system to, automatically suggest what those dates need to end up being for all of their tasks within their schedule. So would love to chat with anyone that has any questions about this, dig into it a little bit further. If you have a specific example you'd like to run through with me, just let me know. Thanks so much.